Yeah, I'm sorry. Just, So that is a quality I definitely look for in a partner. And bonus, I got that in Nate for sure. Number 13, this is a super long one. Favorite actors and actresses. Right now, I would have to say these are my favorite actresses and actors. I wrote them down. Zac Efron. Ever since he came out with his first movie, it's kind of hard to find now. I think it's called Miracle Run. He played a twin that had autism. These twins had autism. He was one of the twins, and that twin ran. And ever since I saw him in that, I just have loved him in like pretty much every single thing that he's done. There is something about him. He just is so awesome, and he's pretty cute to boot. Matt Damon is one of those actors that I kind of go up and down with. I have like sort of stages on whether or not I like him. Right now I really like him. I thought he was excellent in The Martian. Although I did not like him in, what was that other space one? The other space one, with Matthew McConaughey. I can't think of it right now. Interstellar. I did not like him in Interstellar because he was the bad guy. But anyways, right now is up for him. Keanu Reeves has always been one of my favorite actors. I love Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. I think they're hilarious. Love Sandra Bullock. She, to me, is still America's sweetheart, and I have always been pro Sandra Bullock. Don't like what Jesse James did to her, and his shop is like a mile away from my house here in Austin, so I get upset when I think about how close he is, and he's just such a jerk for what he did to her. Anyways, Johnny Depp. I've always loved Johnny Depp. Shailene Woodley is one of my newer favorite actresses. Really like her. Like Jennifer Lawrence. Love the Hemsley brothers. And I like her name is Alyssa Rulin, and she plays Kelsey in the High School Musical movies. She's kind of like a little nerdy girl, but like in real life she's like just so cute and petite, and we actually share a lot in common as far as like our body makeup, like short and the way that we're shaped and stuff. And she's just a cute girl. I don't know, just like her. I like her acting and stuff like that. Okay, so my favorite colors is number 14, and that is currently green and orange. When I was younger, it used to be flipped. I still absolutely love orange, but orange used to be my favorite color, and green was my secondary favorite color. Now, green is definitely my favorite color, and orange is my secondary favorite color. My favorite shade of green is what you see on the walls. It's just like a bright green. I love that green. And my favorite shade of orange is the same. It's like a bright, like construction orange. Just love. Okay. 15. Do I like my music soft or loud? And that kind of varies. Most of the time, I like it loud. Like if I'm in my car, I like it loud. If I'm singing in the shower, which I often do, I like it loud. But sometimes I like it soft. Number 16. Let's see what we got on time here. Number 16 is, where do you go when you're sad? And my answer is my bed. This has always been, no matter what mood I'm in, I gravitate towards my bed. A lot of my friends from growing up and stuff used to just absolutely love my bed and just tell me how inviting and comfortable it was, and people kind of still think that way. And if I come into my house and I have good friends over that I'm comfortable with and stuff, I always want to hang out in my bedroom on my bed. That's just always been the way that it's been. And it's just my most comfortable place. If I'm in my house, that's usually where I'm at. I read, I scan the my cell phone, all that stuff, usually in my bed. Nate's place, by the way, is at his computer in the other room, but that is him. Okay, so number 17, how long does it take you to shower? Nate says like 45 minutes. Approximately 15 minutes, sometimes longer, rarely shorter, but approximately 15 minutes to take my showers. Sometimes like 8 of those minutes, I just like to stand there with the hot water just beating on me. I don't do anything but just stand there. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should like wash my hair and stuff. So that's number 17. Number 18 is, have I ever been in a physical fight? Yes, many in my younger days, especially with my 2 out of my three sisters. My youngest sister, Vicky, quite a few fights. My older sister, Shauna, just 1 or 2. But I always came up on top because they had the sharp words, but I was the brute, so I had the brute strength. Okay, number 19, turn-ons. Humor, compassion, eyes, buns, and loyalty. Those are my turn-ons. And turn-offs are jerky, entitled behavior, someone who is not very patient, someone who badmouths a lot of people, and like a one-upman. Somebody who you say something and they're like, oh, well, my whatever, this. So they always have to one-up you. That's like a turn-off for me. And to elaborate on those turn-offs and turn-ons, all the turn-ons, absolutely all of them, humor, compassion, eyes, squishable buns, and loyalty, Nate has, for sure. And he doesn't have any of the bad ones. So I'm really lucky. Fears is 21, and anything with more than 4 legs, I don't like anything with more than 4 legs. Death, in a way, even though I do believe in reincarnation, I believe that I have lived many years, many times before. I can recall with regression a handful of them. So I don't know why it is that sometimes I will have like an anxiety attack, like thinking about death. And thinking about, because one of my soulmates is my son, and thinking about like not, after this life, not recognizing him, not knowing his light, I guess you could say, or any people that I love, all my friends and family members, all that stuff. Each lifetime you start as a new, and I believe you find certain people again, but just not remembering that last life, not remembering how special certain things and certain people were. That, in a way, just really, really frightens me. And sometimes I do have anxiety attacks over it. I am very intrigued and interested in black holes, but they terrify me at the same time. I have had several dreams it's a reoccurring dream of mine. I haven't had it in a long time, but especially when I was really little, I used to have reoccurring dreams about black holes, and black holes specifically ending the existence of the Earth. So I'm also claustrophobic, in a sense. Not like super claustrophobic, but sometimes, yes. And I do not like open water, especially ocean open water. But even like if I'm like, I don't go like water skiing or stuff like that. I just don't like open water. I don't like to know that there's so much beneath my toes and the bottom of the lake or ocean or whatever. I just and I also fear drowning. So that's my fears. 22 is the last thing that made me cry. Okay, what makes me cry most often is PMS or during my cycle. Someone will Nate will look at me wrong, and I'll be like, he doesn't love me. He won't text me back or something, and I'm like, he doesn't love me. I just get really, really emotional. So last week was my cycle, and that was the last time I cried. 23 is the meaning behind your YouTube name. Well, I'm going to be posting this to both my channels. My main channel is just my name, so that's the meaning behind it. And my second channel is Coldplay Fan Forever. Coldplay Fan Forever. So that obviously is because I love Coldplay. 24. The last book I read was called Black Eyed Susans. I absolutely loved it. I want to read the next one in the series. Actually, there was one before that. I don't think it may have sort of kind of intertwined with the Black Eyed Susans, but I don't think so. I think it's just by the same author, but not intertwined. But I do want to read that one soon. And I read that one with my best friend. We sort of started a book club, but that was the only book we read. Okay, so 25 is a book you are currently reading right now, and that is Viva Coldplay, a biography. I started reading it a couple weeks ago. I haven't really read much of it since, but it is something obviously that I'm interested in. I love Coldplay, but it's an older book. It's I think it's from 2008 or 2009. So that is 25. The last show you watched and the last movie I watched. So the last show I watched was Breaking Bad. I watched that today. And the last movie I watched was last night, and that was that last night or the night before? Anyways, the last movie I watched was The Witch. So. Okay, sorry. My son was coming in. Okay, so 27 is the last person I talked to, and that was my sister. My youngest sister, I'm sorry. My youngest sister, Vicky, who now currently lives in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And the last question I'm going to answer for this part of the TMI tag, which I don't know why they call it a TMI tag, because honestly, there's nothing really on there that I'm like, oh my god, that's too much information to give out. I don't know why. I don't know. This is weird. Anyways, the last question I'm going to answer is the relationship of the last person you texted with and you. That is my friend Tom Willenberg. We were texting back and forth a little bit because one of my later questions in the quiz is a confession you have, and one of my confessions, I guess this is the next question I answer, but is that I take entirely too many selfies. I really, really, really do. I don't like 90% of the pictures that are taken of me by other people, but I, for some reason, love to take selfies of myself. So, selfie! Anyways. So, that's the first part of my TMI tag video. I will probably finish the rest of it sometime either this week, maybe tomorrow, something like that. So, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.